research has found that, by and large, trans women do not tend to dominate.
What's so fun is they can't not step on themselves, because some women, some trans women, and then there's an author or a reporter who's going to say, trans women are just women. Don't say trans women.
Exactly,
Well, I said
yes.
women, but then just take my livelihood, please. Speaking of things that make no sense if you believe in science, not the science. October, the World Aquatics, they'll host the first swim competition. I have to read this because I still don't believe it. Featuring an open category. Now, what that means is, just to be clear, chicks with wieners. So trans athletes. Here is them announcing it.
New plans tonight in the world of swimming, with the organization overseeing that internationally, announcing plans for an open category for trans athletes to participate.
They're trying to balance the concerns of people who are concerned about access for trans women to sports, and as well as concerns about, fairness in sports. When you have some women, some trans women, who are doing very well. Now, research has found that, by and large, trans women do not tend to dominate.
What's so fun is they can't not step on themselves, because some women, some trans women, and then there's an author or a reporter who's going to say, trans women are just women. Don't say trans women.
Exactly,
Well, I said
yes.
women, but then just take my livelihood, please.
I just couldn't get my eyes off his he's got those eyebrows.
He's so surprised.
He had his brows done.
Yeah. Well, no, he looks like a marionette.
Yeah, he looks like he's always surprised.
He looks like he
he's
should
fighting
just start every
G-forces.
phrase with,
What a loser!
no.
Yeah, he looks like an athlete.
Here's the thing. We already have a special category in swimming for those missing parts of their body.
Yeah, there's something different about what he does to the others, isn't there? Like you can see there, he goes deeper for a start. He comes up pretty much level, but it's this. This is, I don't know what he does. I don't know how he does it.
And it's glorious. High five.
Everybody here is going to hell.
Well,
So just know that,
well, he's
right?
the
Wrong.
River Styx champion.
We showed them doing very well.
Yes.
He's the River Styx champion.
By the, and also
You guys
there was-
didn't get that Greek mythology.
you found there was also a cyclist. They do armless cycling, and this is true.
It was a Paralympic cycling, and he had no arms, and the award for winning was a watch.
Right, unicycle, watch.
I'm not making this up.
What?
Look up. So research, get it. Paralympic cyclist given watch.
You can wear it on your ankle, or you can wear it on your D.
But he was mad, really, just because it was a Casio.
I feel like walking up to the podium, you're like, oh crap.
So, just to be clear, what they'll always say, there's no clear biological advantage, right? That's what they. First off, that's untrue. And when I say this, I mean basic things like bone density, muscle mass, lung capacity, all of this. Not to mention your hormonal levels, but. Yeah. There are clear, concrete examples. Right? It's the reverse nirvana fallacy. Well, there hasn't been a problem yet.
Right,
therefore, it must be perfect. If it happens, there won't be a problem. That's because there aren't enough trans people in the world, and there aren't enough people yet who figured out how to game the system. Right. Of the people who have, the winning percentage of trans male athletes in female sports is incredible. Of course, Leah Thomas, right?
Right.
Top times in the NCAA women's 200 meter and the 500 meter. That, by the way, as a man, would be 893rd best and 501st best. That's, wow. I don't know, I'm not a mathematician, but that's 500 spaces below number one.
500.
That's insane. I had no idea.
I took 500,
Hold on.
Dad.
893rd in the world, or in this class for 200 meter, and first in this
the women.
championship of the women.
That guy sucks.
501st in the 500 meter and first in the women's.
Yeah.
You see the difference? It's not small.
And that's just the one you know about because Leah Thomas likes the limelight, as a lot of narcissists do. But cycling, you have Rachel McKinnon, biological male, won a women's championship, set the world record. High school track, Terry Miller won 2 state titles at the 2018 Connecticut State Track Championships. Trans athletes, they make about 1.2% of all high school athletes, and then they win a disproportionate percentage. So Terry Miller, by the way, won 67% of the events she competed in. On Monday... Canadian trans powerlifter Anne Andre set the Canadian national record for women's deadlift, and by the way, had just consumed 4 beers.
By the way, I think
crushed it by over 400 pounds.
Yes, it was this amazing. Like it wasn't even close. Like just destroyed.
He didn't even use smelling salts.
By the way, we do have the clip of the cyclist.
Yeah, well, we are going to.
Guys, no one's allowed to laugh about this. all terrible.
We're
You're
not
all-
terrible. They're
There's a
terrible
special
for giving
place in
that
hell.
person a watch.
I bet you that guy finds it funny.
Well,
He'll sell it.
he's a huge Louder with Crowder fan.
Yeah,
He's
is he?
wearing Fight Like Hell under his jersey.
We're not making fun of him for his
I know.
obviously terrible issue that he's had to deal with. However that
a
happened,
watch.
we're making fun of them for giving him a watch.
Well,
Change.
it also came with gloves,
Yes.
white gloves, and that's where I draw the line.
Change the prize.
Just
It's
give him
your fault, not ours.
yes.
Change it.
He knew the prize going into the race. Come on.
Come on. Change it to nub warmers.
He's always had a dream since he was a young child.
Yes.
I've always wanted to win a watch, sir.
Yes, we'd like Rolex to sponsor the armless cycling category.
It's Tissot. It's not.
What, Brian?
Nothing.
You were about to say something.
I wanted to raise some kind of I wanted to raise objections, but I had nothing witty to say.
Yeah, well, it's okay, because you know what? There can be no objections. That's objectively funny.
And that's objectifying a guy with no arms. That's what I said.
I'm not
That's
objectifying
right.
him.
No, I'm saying
I'm
they were.
exalting it.
They were. How dare they
He
have
figured out a way to use a wristwatch.
Yeah.
He's the MacGyver of the nubbies.
Limb different.
Yes, exactly.
Did the bike have long handles? How did they do that? Or
Brian,
was it a
don't ask.
cycle?
Don't ask these.
I
kinds
have
of questions.
Is all I'm
Don't.
saying.
I have questions how they select the events at the Paralympics. Someone can answer, honestly, if you've competed at the Paralympics. I know there's wheelchair basketball. Okay.
Right, yeah.
But what if there's a guy who does have some kind of physical disability, but it's not a wheelchair? It's like, well, there's no basketball for you.
Yeah.
You got to be a wheelchair guy for basketball. It's like, but I want to play basketball and I'm missing an arm. Do we have
In
one-handed
crutches.
basketball? It's wheelchair basketball. It's all about wheelchair basketball these days. Armless is swimming.
You can swim or you can cycle, but you cannot play basketball.
Yeah.
Wheelchair boxing. I don't know if they have boxing. I don't know what these.
Since when did we need to make up these different categories for people? I'm sorry. I know the trans thing. We actually talked about this. We said, look, if you want to compete, fine. You got to compete in your biological sex, or they can make this other category. Nobody's going to care. Like, fine. You know what? Make an open category for steroids as well. Let anybody who wants to compete, no matter. No
At least
rules.
they are doing an open category.
Yeah, no rules.
Yeah,
That's
there you
fine.
go. Hey, how much you want to bet the open category won't be won by a woman? That's the only thing we do know. A lot of variables, except that.
Yeah.
You can eliminate that one. Won't be a woman.
Yeah.
0 women will win that competition.
And if you're offended by that, okay, I'm going to put you on the spot here. All right, someone says you either win $1 million, you win $1 billion, or if you lose, your whole family dies. Okay, we have a lineup here. It's 5 women, 5 average men. Who's going to win a pull-up competition?
guys with the dicks. The guys with the back.
Just stop
of
it.
this.
Stop it.
Why did you have to be specific?
The pretzels that you twist yourselves into. And by the way, that's also limb different phobic because they can't twist themselves. There's no Yogi Berra who's limb different.
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.